Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rock and roll here from the beautiful Lanier National Speedway. As these dirt street stocks are ready to rock and roll, they are ready to go to battle here on the evening, and these drivers mean business, and they are ready to duke it out for a wild evening of racing action. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we'll get ready to set these drivers loose. We'll get ready to go green flag racing in just a few more moments. As Fred Edwards Jr. Fred coming in, showing the love. What's good, Fred? Fred coming in, already showing the love, says, let's go Sextons. Cheering on the Sextons here this evening. We'll have a few of them in contention again tonight. There's always a few of those Sextons to look out for out on the speedways. Fred, my boy, one of our subscribers here on Peacemaker Gaming. I appreciate you, brother, coming in, showing the love here this evening. Don't forget, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit that follow and subscribe button as we'll get ready to set these drivers loose. We'll get ready to go green flag racing here in just a few more moments. Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun, man. This is going to be a ton of fun. We're going to have some great racing here again this evening for the Dirt Clash Super Street Series Friday Night Lights. And right now the lights are on. We are still in daytime. The sun is setting though over this beautiful speedway, and we will get ready to see an absolutely amazing race. Yo, Richard, what's good? Richard says, what's up, Ron? What's good, Richard? How are you, brother? Richard coming in, showing the love over there on the YouTube channel. How are you, brother? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful Friday. Listen, man, we're gonna get you guys back out onto the racetrack. I think you guys are off this weekend again for the for our amazing Sling and Dirt series, brother. But we can't wait to see you back out there. Can't wait to see you back in contention and rolling out there with those late models and having some fun out there on the speedways. We'll get these dirt street stocks ready to rock and roll though on the night, man. This is gonna be a lot of fun. Fred says, Jeremy Sexton, get up on the wheel, son. Jacob Sexton, I want a feature win, Haas. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. I think that'd be pretty dope. I think it would be cool to get one night where we could get the Sextons, 1, 2, and 3 on the speedway. I think it'd be really cool for the same with the Stefanski boys as well. Try to get, 3 of them up there as we'll get ready here for our first heat race of the evening. Our first heat race is about to get underway. These drivers are getting ready to rock and roll here. Is down on the front straightaway. They'll start to roll out on the speedway. Starting on the pole in the Mazda Racing number 50, that is Charles Davis. To his outside in the 76 ride, the CrossFit Overton ride, that is Brandon Van Houten. Starting in position number 3 in the 1 ride, that is Courtney Stevens. Into his outside in the number 29, it's the E&D Farms Papa Mike Promotions Sweet Tea Gang number 29 of Lane Phillips. Starting in position number 5 in the 0-1, that is Zachary Lendy. Into his outside in the 20 ride, it's the DWR iRacing iFlag machine of Chad Puderbo. And bringing up the rear of the field in the Dr. Pepper number 41, it's Eric L'Oreal. We get 7 drivers ready to rock and roll. Top 3 will advance into the A-main feature event as the first green flag of the afternoon is being displayed. Down through quarter 1, you see a big run and a slide jump up in front of the 76 as Charles Davis leads us down the back straightaway into 3. Nice and easy out of 4 as they're 3 wide there for a split second behind them as the 50 ride of Charles Davis leads lap number 1. Brandon Van Houten trying to hunt him down as the 29 ride of Lane Phillips in that E&D Farms Papa Mike Promotions ride, looking for a way to get around him, trying to find an opening here to make the move and get around that 76. He's going to look for a big run here through the middle as the 76 tries that bottom lane. They're all hunting down that 50 ride of Charles Davis, though. Charles doing a great job here as the track's still very tacky. A lot of good grip out there on the speedway. See him just putting it up there into the tacky stuff off here and through corner number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. The 76 trying to reel him in, taking the shorter way around the speedway through a little bit of the slick stuff, and then down low getting some great runs on that bottom lane right now, and he's reeling in our race leader. Lane Phillips right there ready to strike as well. He's looking to maybe even take this 3 wide for the race lead. Is down into corner number 3. They close in on the back bumper. The Mazda Racing number 50 ride is right there on his back bumper. You see Lane Phillips give him a little tap there down across the line. Things are getting tight here at the front of the field as Chad Puderbo tried to hunt him down as contact between Overton and Van Houten and the number 29 of Lane Phillips. A little contact right there. You see Puderbo right there trying to hunt them down as the DWR JRE iRacing iFlag, the Martin Sports Machine, rolls there in 4th. Courtney Stevens back in 5th. Zachary Lundy, Eric L'Oreal rounding out our rear of the field as, up into the outside fence. Bounces off the wall. The 50 right, going to lose a ton of momentum. Here comes Van Houten. Contact made. Around goes our race leader. The 50 ride of Charles Davis gonna go for a loop-de-loop. Heavy damage here. Smoke rolling out of that 20 ride of Chad Puderbo. He's gonna try to get this car off of the speedway. Is now our new race leader. The 76 of Brandon Van Houten. Van Houten leads the way. Courtney Stevens now into 2nd. Lane Phillips in that 3rd and final transfer spot is down across the line. They will click off another lap. Let's see what happened here. Let's take a look back. Does it look like the 29 of Lane Phillips was just all over the back bumper of the 50s. The 50 got up into the outside fence. They go a little 3 wide. Unfortunately, that hole closes in a quick hurry. Around goes the 50 right, nowhere to go for Chad Puderbo. Heavy contact into the side of the 50, then down into the inside fences. Out in front, Brandon Van Houten leads the way here in this one. Courtney Stevens trying to hold off Lane Phillips as Phillips trying to work himself to the outside of that one machine. They'll go door to door as the white flag has been displayed. So one more time around here for Brandon Van Houten as he heads down the back straightaway into quarter number 3 for the final time here in heat race number 1. Down and out of quarter number 4, the 76 of Brandon Van Houten will win heat race number 1. Lane Phillips there in 2nd. Courtney Stevens there in that 3rd and final transfer spot. Meaning Eric L'Oreal, Charles Davis, Zachary Lundy, and Chad Puderbo will all be heading to the consolation race. Top 3 transfer through. Everybody else will unfortunately be heading to that B main on the evening. As we'll get them stacked up, racked up, ready to go here for heat race number 2. As once again, these are random heats. So random starting positions, all done by the pill draw lady down in the infield. And some drivers getting some good pill draws, other drivers not as lucky, but that is the beauty of doing the pill draw style here on the short track speedway. As here we go, heat race number 2 is going to line up like this. The 27 rider Dale Farnes will start in that pole position in the Mountain View Plumbing number 27 ride. Is outside in the DWR iRacing iFlag Evo 1 graphics number 57. It's Jim Revis. Starting in position number 3 in the Cheater Inc. number 07 ride. It's the Wilson Motorsports machine of Tyler Brickford. Is outside in the Malum Electric Vibbs Liquor Wild Bill's Race Designs the Dirt Panda 71H. It's William Hargrave starting there in 4th. Our final row is going to look like this. The 21, that is the beautiful looking ride, the amazing ride there of Eddie Farnes in the 98 of Cliff Adams bringing up the rear of the field. As we're going to get ready to rock and roll, we're going to get ready to go here for heat race number 2. Is down at a quarter number 4. The pace truck makes the hard left-hand turn down pit side, and we will set this field loose. Dale Farnes quickly onto the left pedal, looking to try to open up a bit of a lead between himself and Jim Revis. Revis trying to stay right there with him, but Farnes able to open up a little bit of a lead here down through quarter number 3 and out at quarter number 4. He'll lead lap number 1 here in heat race number 2. Jim Revis right there there in tow is Door to Door still for that third and final transfer spot. It is Tyler Brickford down low. William Hargraves up on the outside lane, and it looks like the 71's going to get a good run here. They're still side by side, but he's getting the advantage here. You see that 07 wants to be up into that line. He wants to move up there, and he is struggling down low right now. Find a little bit of grip right here, especially off corner exit, but man, oh man, that 71H is looking good here as he will slide into that third and final transfer spot, and here comes Eddie Farnes. Eddie started there in that fifth position, quickly cleared that 98 right now, going to work as he blinks a little bit right there through corner number 3 and 4. He's right there on the back bumper of that 07 right as he knows he's on the outside of a transfer spot looking in as my boy Brian Whitley coming and showing the love. Says, I'm loading up to blow y'all's doors off. Yes, sir. Talk way down deep. Laugh, just having fun, bro. I know you are, brother. I know you are, Brian, coming in to show the love. How are you, my dude? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys haven't already, please make sure you guys do me the favor. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button as these drivers out here on the Speedway putting on a heck of a show for us here on this Friday evening. There's no better place to be than here at Lanier National Speedway and cheering on your favorite drivers here on Peacemaker Gaming. As Dale Farnes leads the way here in heat race number 2, about 7/10 of a second between himself and Jim Revis is the old man, the grumpy old man right there, Jim Revis in the Papa Mike Promotions DWR number 57 ride rolls there in second position as William Hargraves all over his back bumper. Will's going to take a look down low here, going to try that bottom lane, gets a good run, but not the drive off that he was hoping for. He's got to be careful with that as too many attempts at trying to roll underneath that 57 may open the door for the outside of Tyler Brickford as Brickford has reeled him back in. He's right there within striking distance. Eddie Farnes and Cliff Adams all right there as well, ready to make the move and try to put themselves into a transfer spot. As Dale Farnes continues to lead the way, the 27 ride hooked up here is the kid out in front showing us how to get it done here at Lanier. Jim Revis hanging on to second and door to door for that third and final transfer spot. The 07, Tyler Brickford looking to punch his ticket straight on through to our A-Main feature event. They go door to door. He gets a good run down the bottom side through corner number 1 and 2 as Dale Farnes for the final time here in heat race number 2 will round corner number 4. He will win heat race number 2. Jim Revis there in second, and Tyler Brickford jumping up and stealing that third and final transfer spot, meaning William Hargraves, Eddie Farnes, and Cliff Adams will all be heading to our consolation race. We'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Heat race number 3 about to roll out onto the speedway is Denver Wilman coming and showing the love. It says, good luck, everyone. Brittany Farnes says, go Dale Farnes and Eddie Farnes. As my boy Anthony Karth coming in showing the love as well says, let's go Hargraves. Come on, Jim. My daughter's cheering in on Revis, cheering on Mr. Revis. My daughter said, let's go, old man. Oh my gosh, let's go, old man. And as Anthony says, waiting on my landlord to figure out this power in my new apartment. My PC kills the electric every time. Oh, brother, that's no good at all. That is no good at all, my dude. As we'll get ready here for heat race number 3 here on the evening, starting on the pole. And the WB Creative Designs, Throttle Down Motorsports, the Precision Auto Body, Big D's Landscaping, number 34, it's Dustin Benton. To his outside in the 17 ride, it's the Hooters machine of James Monroe the third, starting there in that second position, starting in position number 3 in the E&D Farms. Papa Mike Promotions, E&D Farms, Peacemaker Gaming, number 84. It is Bryce Dickinson that we see, the 57 of Jeremy Akins. Joseph Pratt and Jake Calhoun bringing up the rear of the field there in the DCSSS machine. A little contact up into the fence for the outside pole sitter. That's going to spin the 58 right around here. Jake Calhoun down into the inside wall. Heavy damage for that number 17. The right front pointed in the wrong direction here as he's trying to get that car to turn. It just will not make any kind of rotation. Let's take a look back and see what happened here as Dustin Benton leads the way. The Big D machine at the front of the field, but right at the get-go. Not the start that the 17 ride was hoping for. A little contact here between himself and the 4 ride. And then he's just going to drive it up and off the corner and fortunately pancake that outside fence. The 58 ride's going to get a piece of him and then lose the handling there. Is tough contact for both the 17 and that 58 ride as Dustin Benton leads the way. The big T down low here as the 84 Bryce Dickinson up into position number 2. And he may not be through here in heat race number 3 as he's trying to hunt down that 34 ride of Dustin Benton, seeing if he can try to put himself into the winner's circle here for heat race number 3. Joseph Pratt doing a great job as the 4 ride rolls there in position number 3 on the Speedway. The Tommy Gunn Customs ride rolling there in 3rd, knowing that he's in that 3rd and final transfer spot as Jeremy Akins looking for something, trying to get his Dirt Warrior Racing number 57 machine into the A main feature event, looking to try to pick up one more spot out there on the Speedway to see if he can put himself into the show here right through this heat race. Is the 58 ride of Jake Calhoun having some issues again down through corner number 1 and 2, blinking a little bit there on the Speedway. Definitely has quite a bit of right front damage on that 58, and that may play a factor as our race leaders are running him down in a quick hurry. How quickly can Dustin Benton work himself around that 58 ride? Will it become an issue, or will he hit it at the wrong time to have to make some different moves to try to put himself even farther in front of the END Farms Papa Mike Promotions number 84 of Bryce Dickinson? Bryce rolling there in P2 as a battle brewing back here for position number 3. Our 3rd and final transfer spot up for grabs as Jeremy Akins rolling the inside lane as the 4 ride of Joseph Pratt rolls the outside lane down into corner number 1. Nice and easy out at corner number 2. The 57 ride is clear, and he will take over that 3rd and final transfer position here on the Speedway. Can the 4 ride battle back as Big D Dustin Benton out in front, continuing to lead the way as the Dirt Clash Super Street Series Precision Auto Bodies the Fly Randy 23 number 34 ride of Dustin Benton continues to lead the way here. You'll see that white flag fly here in heat race number 3. Bryce Dickinson right there in tow as the E&D Farms ride sitting in that 2nd spot, but the battle is on for that 3rd and final transfer spot. The 4 ride with a big run down low. Can Pratt steal that 3rd and final transfer spot back away from the 57 Jeremy Akins, and he will get it done as Dustin Benton wins heat race number 3. Bryce Dickinson there in 2nd. Joseph Pratt in that 3rd and final transfer spot, meaning Akins, Calhoun, and James Monroe will all head to our consolation race. Make sure Ty's cat doesn't sit on him. Yeah, Ty needs to keep that cat out of the gaming room. Always keep the cat out of the gaming room. You never want to have that issue. Unfortunately, Mr. Ty Dickinson not in the field here in this one. It would have been nice, though. It would have been nice. Crank it out, Aaron. Crank it up, I think is what you mean. Crank it out. I think that's got a whole different meaning, Nelson. That's got a whole different meaning. We're not going to go there. That's a different stream. That's for later on tonight. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, ladies and gentlemen. As Anthony says, come on. Let's go, Bryce. Come on, Bryce. You got this. Coming up so close right there to picking up that heat race win for Mr. Dickinson as Cody Dwayne Heathcock, Denver Willman, Anthony Karth, Eric L'Oreal, Fred Edwards Jr., Jeremy Sexton all coming in with the reaction. Bionic Man, how are you, Bionic Man? Coming in showing the love as well with the thumbs up. William Hargraves, Mama Bear, Susie Dickinson, Nelson Johns, Bryce Dickinson, all coming in with the reactions as well. Bryce Dickinson with that share, Anthony Karp with the share. Dirt Clash Super Street Series coming in with multiple shares, and Fred Edwards Jr. coming in with that share, as well as Brandon Van Houten coming in with that like on the stream as Mama Bear says Ty has his daughter this weekend. Yes, that is right. Ty, he's got daddy duties here this weekend as we got duties here for our consolation race. I do believe every one of these drivers will work themselves into the feature event. So this is going to be for practice, it's going to be for a learning experience, and it's going to be for starting positions. What's on the line here in this consolation race as Eric L'Oreal leads the way, a little contact deeper driver in the field as the 0-1 of Zachary Lendy and the 20 of Chad Puderbo make some contact there as Jeremy Akins looking for the race lead. The 57 ride was able to jump up into that third and final transfer spot there just over halfway through that third heat race on the evening. Unfortunately, gave it back there in those closing laps, and unfortunately finds himself here in this B main feature event as Akins out in front, Eddie Furness there in second, William Hargraves in that third spot on the speedway, Eric L'Oreal back in fourth, and we see James Monroe there in position number 5, having a much better run this time as the 17 ride not into the outside fence, but he might get some damage right here as he bounces off the numbers of the 41 of Eric L'Oreal. Unfortunately for the 17 ride, he's gonna feel the heat of that one as he loses already 3 positions, trying to get this car rocking, rolling, and pointed back in the right direction. Now has Chad Puderbo and Zach Lundy right there on his back bumper as Lundy trying to jump up and around both the 20 and the 17 ride as the 98 doing a great job here as Cliff Adams rolls there in the 6th position now on the speedway. We'll see the 58 ride of Jake Calhoun blinking quite a bit out there on the racetrack. He's going to get up high, almost scrubs the outside wall right there as here comes Monroe taking a look underneath him, trying to get one of those positions back as they're almost 3 wide down the back straightaway. Things are getting tight here at Lanier. It's out in front. Jeremy Akins continuing to lead the way. It's the Sling and Dirt.com DWR number 57 machine leads the way. Eddie Farnes there in position number 2 here on the racetrack. William Hargraves back there in third as the Dirt Panda Malum Electric number 71H rolls there in third. Eric L'Oreal, the Dr. Pepper, the DP machine there in fourth, but he's got Charles Davis working right there behind him. Charles looked very good in his heat race. Unfortunately had some contact, went for a loop-de-loop, and you see him still has a pretty fast car here. We're able to work himself now around the 41. A little bit of contact, but he's able to clear the 41 of Eric L'Oreal down the back straightaway, and he'll jump up into position number 4, moving the 41 back to 5th. Cliff Adams there in that 6th position as Chad Puderbo back in 7th. Zachary Lendy there in position number 8 with Jake Calhoun and James Monroe bringing up the rear of the field as it looks like the 17 has taken his car down pit side here. So the damage, the contact early in this race may have hurt this 17 right enough where he has taken it down pit road, looking for the crew to go to work, do some service on that, see if he gets back out there on the speedway or just gets this car prepped and ready for our A main feature event. As out in front, Jeremy Akins looking to pick up this consolation race win. Eddie Farnes there in tow, trying to hunt him down, but almost a second gap between first and second here on the speedway. Hargraves now working to the inside of that 21, trying to work himself a little closer to the front of the field as virtually, if you win this consolation race, this B main, you will put yourself into the 10th starting position in our feature event. So to start inside the top 10, you gotta win this B main, and that's exactly what Jeremy Akins is looking to do as the white flag has been displayed. So for the final time down the back straightaway into corner number 3, nice and easy out of corner number 4, Jeremy Akins in the DWR number 57 will win the B main and punch his ticket into the A main feature event. Eddie Farnes there in second, William Hargraves in third, Charles Davis, Eric L'Oreal, Cliff Adams, Chad Puderbo, Zach Lendy, Jake Calhoun, and James Monroe will round out our field there in the B main as these drivers will get loaded up into the sim and ready to rock and roll. Each and every one of them going to be looking for the win here this evening. As my boy Kerry Spears, Kerry, what's good? Kerry says, what's been going on, Aaron? What's good, Kerry? My brother, I just saw that right now as yeah, 100%, nothing but work, nothing but grinding, nothing but putting on amazing broadcasts for everyone to watch and tune in and cheer on their favorite drivers. As Jeremy Sexton says, bad as I hate it, I'm having to miss this one on my way home now with new PC. My brother Philip Sexton just finished building and setting up for me. Oh, brother. That's going to be That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. It's always fun when you can get a new PC, get a brand new system that you can figure out. You gotta learn some new stuff, but be able to have that extra space, that extra RAM, the extra, the extra, GPU or anything else to get that crispy, clean, and clear graphics settings. Man, there's nothing better than that. And the smell and just the feel of having that brand new PC and plugging everything into it and testing out all your stuff, man, it's a good time. It's a good day when you can have a brand new PC. As Gary says, that's what I'm talking about. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you as well, my dude. Always good to see you. As Nathaniel Saylor coming in, showing the love. Says, my boy Lendy. Yeah, Lendy's looking pretty good out there. That 0-1 ride seems to do a lot better later in our run, and definitely a lot better through a little bit more of the slick stuff. So we'll see what he can do in our feature event as drivers out on the racetrack right now for a quick little warm-up session. They're going to make sure their cars are absolutely ready to rock and roll. As Gary coming in with the like on the stream as well. How are you, Gary? Hopefully you're doing well as hopefully you're doing good as well, brother. Hopefully you're having yourself a amazing week, and it's always good to see you up here in the chat as well. Michael Dickinson, Papa Mike coming in with the love on the broadcast, coming in with that heart reaction, and Dave Morgan coming in with the heart reaction as well. Says, let's go Sextons. Unfortunately, here this evening, we don't have a Sexton in field, which is very abnormal. We don't have a single Sexton, and we don't have a single Stefanski. This is a first time in a long time here with the DCSSS. Either the Friday Night Lights or the Monday Night All-Stars, that we haven't had one of the other. We haven't had no Stefanskis. Normally we see 3, 4, 5 Stefanskis in the field. No Sextons. Normally we see 2 or 3 of those guys in the field as well, but not here tonight, man. Not here tonight. We got a little bit of an easy one. No doubled up names, no triple names out there, no quadruple names out there to give us all those tongue twisters when they're running together. As Denver Willman says, go 76. Brandon Van Houten looked really, really good in his heat race, man. I think he's going to be a tough one to beat here in the evening, man. But it's going to be a lot of fun. There's some big hitters, some very, very fast drivers that have been around the simulator for quite a while and have a ton of laps in these dirt street sessions. We look at Eddie Farnes, William Hargraves, Dale Farnes, Jim Revis, Dustin Batten himself, Lane Phillips, Bryce Dickinson, man. There's some tough cookies in this field, some heavy hitters that are going to be very, very fun to see if they can hang on to a good win, or see if they can hold off some of these other newer drivers here into the series. As Fred says, I'm looking for a setup so Papa can race with my son, grandson, and all you guys. Fred, brother, absolutely get onto it, man. Get onto it. Get yourself a decent little PC, a decent little wheel setup. It doesn't have to be anything super crazy to start. You can always upgrade things. It's the nice thing about PCs, right? It's not like a Xbox or a PlayStation where you have 1 or 2 choices and that's it. That's all you get. You can't really do much to it. Where a PC, you can get a good PC at a reasonable price, dive right into things with a decent GPU, have $1,000, $1,500, $2K into a decent PC or a really good PC that you won't have any issues with it, and then slowly but surely, you can upgrade things. You can update the RAM, you can upgrade the GPU and the CPU and certain other little things, and make it that much better and better, so you don't have to go all in all at once and just go spend $10,000 on a PC or anything else. You can kind of glide with it. And same with your setup as well for your wheels and everything else, or your pedals. You don't have to jump right into the Fanatec stuff or buy a crazy Mazda setup or anything else. You can kind of go with one of the package deals where you get the the wheel and pedal together, and like the Logitech G920s, or I know Mazda has a couple ones as well, man, that are pretty cool. They're pretty cool that you can get that kind of stack everything up. As this practice session is coming to a close, we will get ready to rock and roll here. Our main feature event about to get underway. As Brian coming in on the level over there on YouTube. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already over on YouTube and or Facebook, make sure you guys hit those reactions, hit that thumbs up, hit that share, hit that follow and or subscribe button. Turn those bell notifications on. That way you never miss it when we go live here on Peacemaker Gaming. And get ready to hang on to your seats as we'll get ready for our main feature event here on the evening. Our A-Main is about to get underway. 50 laps of racing action here this evening as Ace Calhoun says we are having a very rough night. Ace, unfortunately, brother, sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles out there on the speedway, whether it's your internet connection or just the handling of the car or anything else, brother. Sometimes, you know, nights are a little bit rough, but it's about how you rebound, how you kind of stick with it, how you keep kind of grinding out there and just, you know, not giving up, man. You never want to give up out there on the speedway, and you just want to keep on rolling out there. More laps you can turn, the better practice you're going to get and everything else. And it's all about seat time as we get ready to roll onto the speedway. Starting on the pole in the number 76, it is the 76 ride of Brandon Van Houten. To his outside is the number 27 of Dale Farnes. Farnes will start there in position number 2. Starting in the third spot in the 34 ride is the Big D machine. That is Dustin Benton. To his outside in the number 84 is the E&D Farms Papa Mike Promotions Peacemaker Racing Team number 84 of Bryce Dickinson. Starting in position number 5 in the 57 ride, that is Jim Revis. To his outside, it's Tyler Brickford. And we see Courtney Stevens, Jeremy Akins, Eddie Farnes, William Hargraves rounding out our top 12 here on the speedway. Cliff Adams, Zachary Lendy, Eric L'Oreal, Chad Puderbo, James Monroe, Lane Phillips, Jake Calhoun, and Joseph Pratt bringing up the rear of the field here. Unfortunately for the 4 ride, he is starting down pit side, so a tough break in this one for that number 4 machine as he'll start down pit road. He'll give up a lot of starting ground and a lot of time here on the speedways. We end all the anticipation with our feature presentation. Brandon Van Houten quickly onto the lap pedal as the Dirt Clash Super Street Series Friday Night Lights is underway. 2, 3 wide here at the front of the field as Dustin Benton, the Big D, down low, looking to try to take this early race lead away from the 27 and the 76 as Brandon Van Houten was able to lead lap number 1. Now slides back into that third spot. Contact! Jim Revis in the 76 make contact. Courtney Stevens going to get tied up in that one. Around goes the 76. The 76 machine pointed in the wrong direction. No caution flag on the speedway as of yet. There it is. Yellow flag onto the track as the 4 ride was rolling into that one. A good job by Joseph Pratt to get onto the binders and to avoid contact there with the 76 or the 1 machine. A heartbreaker for both of those competitors as Dustin Benton will take this race lead away. So Dustin Benton at the front of the field as things going to get a little bit different here as we'll take a look. Let's see if we can figure out exactly what happens here as it looks like the 76 just down through quarter number 1. He unfortunately goes way up high, tries to cut down the speedway, goes underneath the 27, and I don't think Jim Revis was expecting it to close up that much, and unfortunately the 76 with a big run just kind of comes up there into the middle, and unfortunately as the 57 trying to get lined up in a good arc into corner number 3, just gets up a little bit too high, makes that contact with the 76, spins him around sideways and trying to push him, trying to get him pointed back in the right direction. Unfortunately just not enough. Let's see if we can play this back a little bit more and see this run right here. It's the 76 up on the middle lane now. Looks like he's also going to get into the 27. They just kind of run out of room there down the back straightaway. Unfortunately, things get a little bit too tight, and unfortunately, Brandon Van Houten going to go for a little bit of a slide down through corner number 1. Revis right on him. The 1 ride of Stevens going to get in there as well. Then has to get stopped here before hitting this 76 ride, and that will be our first caution flag of the day as we go back to green flag racing. The green flag quickly back out into the air as Dustin Benton sees that green flag fly. He gets a great jump over Dale Farnes and the 84 of Bryce Dickinson. Tyler Brinkford there in position number 4 and looking for more, and here comes our B-main winner, the 57 rider Jeremy Akins. Akins right there working to the inside of the 21 and the 07 ride, trying to put himself up into position number 4. Jim Revis back in 7th with the 71 of William Hargraves there to his outside. Charles Davis now up inside the top 10 as he jumps into the 9th position. We see Cliff Adams hanging on to the 10th position here as he goes door to door with the 20 of Chad Puderbo. Lanefield is back there in the 11th, 12th position as he battles door-to-door with the 0-1 as Zachary Lendy working the inside lane, the E&D Farms. Papa Mike Promotions number 29 ride leads the outside lane here for that 12th position on the Speedway. Brandon Van Houten trying to battle back towards the front of the field. This 76 ride looking very, very fast all evening long. We'll see if he can rebound and try to work himself back to the front of the field as James Monroe, Eric L'Oreal, Courtney Stevens, Jake Calhoun, and Joseph Pratt round out the rear of our field here. As looks like Pratt has lost connection again here. And the 4 ride has left the racing surface, so a tough break for the number 4 ride of Joseph Pratt, who was in a Siegler paint scheme here this evening. Unfortunately, finding no luck, is out in front, having a lot of luck at the front of the field. It's Dustin Benton who continues to lead the way. Benton 0.6 of a second in front of the 84 of Bryce Dickinson and the 27 of Dale Farnes as they battle door-to-door for position number 2. We do see a little bit more side-by-side racing as this track has been put into perfect shape here on the day, man. These guys are putting in some great work here on the Speedway. The crew went to work. They made sure that this racing surface was going to be the best it can be here on the evening, and they are making it count here in this one. Yo, Dave Morgan coming in with the heart reaction. Derek D-Rock, Mr. James Moore coming in, showing the love here. Derek Moore coming in with the like on the stream. Johnny Nolan coming in, dropping that thumbs up on the broadcast as well. How are you, Johnny? How are you, Derek? How are you, boys? Coming in, showing the love, hitting those reactions here on the broadcast. Is out in front. Dustin Benton continues to lead the way, continues to show these drivers how to navigate and work himself around Lanier National Speedway. Is this racetrack starting to slick off a little bit more and a little bit more? We'll continue to see this track widen out here before we hit lap number 50. You'll probably see these drivers pushing the limits right up against the outside fence here in these corners. As each and every single lap, it pushes it up a little bit more and a little bit more, and before you know it, they're going to be right there scrubbing that right rear rocker panel off of that outside fence, as that rear fender is going to be taking a beating here on the evening. As Dustin leads the way, Bryce Dickinson now up into position number 2 as Dale Farnes now trying to work his inside here. The 27 is going to be able to open the door. They're going to go door to door once again, down through corner number 1, out of corner number 2. We'll see if the 27 can clear the 84. He can't get it done right there, as here comes Hargraves. William Hargraves now up into position number 4 and looking for more as Farnes and Dickinson battle there for position number 2 on the Speedway. See the 84 way up high there in quarter 1 and 2, but look at that run as he reels right back in to the rear bumper of Farnes. Hargraves still working that inside lane to perfection here. He's worked himself now up 8 positions on the Speedway, started all the way back in the 12th spot, now finds himself here in position number 4, working underneath for Bryce Dickinson for position number 3. Jeremy Aikens, who won our B main, rolls there in the 5th spot with Eddie Farnes, Tyler Brinkford, Jim Revis, Charles Davis, and Lane Phillips rounding out our top 10 here on the Speedway. Chad Puderbo back there in 11th with Brandon Van Houten there in 12th. Courtney Stevens back there in position number 13 with Cliff Adams, James Monroe, Eric L'Oreal, Jake Calhoun, Zachary Lendy, and Joseph Pratt rounding out the field here in this one. And some wicked racing action around the Speedway. You see that 57 right trying to rebound here, trying to work himself a little closer to the front of the field. Has now made that pass around the 07 at Tyler Brinkford slides back to 8th as Bryce Dickinson slides to position number 4, as now he's been cleared from that number 71 of Hargraves. So Hargraves up into position number 3, and he may not be done yet. He's right there within striking distance, trying to figure out a way around the Mountain View Plumbing. DDR number 27 of Dale Farnes. As Farnes trying to hang on to position number 2 on the Speedway. They're all still within striking distance between themselves and that 34 of Dustin Benton. Now Benton still laying down some very good lap times on the speedway, but could be potentially just minding that gap. Maybe trying to save his equipment for a little bit later in this race if we see a late race caution flag, or if we see one of these drivers really start to mount a challenge and reel into his back bumper. He may have another gear to kind of drive up and away from the rest of the field here if he's saving his equipment, which I know he probably is trying to. Right now, it'll be interesting to see what he's got left in the tank late in this race, and if the drivers back here behind him maybe burning their stuff up, working themselves through the field, or trying to hang on to positions for a little too long. We saw that big battle with Barnes and Dickinson. How much did that chew their tires up, battling door to door for so many laps? Is down across the line. We go halfway in and halfway to go here in this feature event, and we're gonna crank it up here on Peacemaker Gaming. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite driver as we crank it up here on Peacemaker Gaming. Contact caution on the speedway. Our race leader collected in this one. Yellow flag on the racetrack here for the second time in this feature event. That will bring a close to our Peacemaker Gaming. Crank it up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Give it up here for all these drivers doing a fantastic job, giving us a good look at the sights and sounds here around the beautiful Lanier National Speedway. As we'll take a look and see what brings out this caution flag is unfortunately our race leader, Dustin Benton getting collected here in this one. I'm not sure if lap traffic played a hand in this one, as it does look like lap traffic may have been an issue. See that 17 ride very loose right there down the bottom side of the corner 3 and 4. He sends it in way down low here in that third corner. Unfortunately, as he comes down low. The big D machine, Dustin Benton, our race leader, trying to roll to his outside. You take a look here. There's our race leader, the 34 ride, Dustin Benton, sends it in. The 17 trying to give him room down low. Unfortunately, gets in there a little hot. Slides up towards the middle of the speedway. Dustin rolling right there, gets collected, hit hard into that left rear quarter panel. He goes around. Look at Dale Farnes up the racetrack trying to avoid the 34 ride. Unfortunately, gets a big piece of him and the outside fence. Hargraves hard into the 17 with Bryce Dickinson giving a shot there in the rear end as well. You see the 57 of Jeremy Akins going around into the inside fence trying to avoid it. He gets collected there as well, as lots of contact, lots of heavy damage right there as things happen quickly here in this one. And unfortunately for Bryce, or for the big D machine, Dustin Benton, he's going to feel the hurt in this one. Out in front, almost a second lead, and then all of a sudden that lead is gone in a heartbeat, and that race lead is gone entirely for that 34 ride as he gets collected in our second caution flag of the day. As we go back to green flag racing, we get a new race leader. It's the 27 of Dale Farnes. Farnes out in front leads the way as Bryce Dickinson and the 21 rider Eddie Farnes battle here for position number 2 on the racetrack. Dustin Benton was able to get that car pointed back in the right direction, hangs on to the 5th position here, but has Jim Revis down to his inside. Tyler Breakford, Lane Phillips there in 6 and 7 with Brandon Van Houten, Jeremy Akins there in 9. Charles Davis back in 10th as Chap Puderbo, William Hargraves, Courtney Stevens, Eric L'Oreal, Cliff Adams, our top 15 here on the Speedway. Looks like Jake Calhoun still out there on the racetrack. He is the first car 1 lap down. James Monroe, Zachary Lendy, and Joseph Pratt have taken their cars down pit side and off the speedway. As out in front, Dale Farnes leads the way and starting to open up a pretty sizable lead here, up to 7/10 of a second down the back straightaway. Bryce Dickinson and the 21 still right there together. They're going to make a little contact there. The 21 unfortunately blinks ever so slightly. Bryce will work himself up into position number 2. Now here comes the old grump. It is Jim Revis working the inside lane. Big Jim looking to try to jump up into position number 3 here on the speedway. Jim Revis rolling the inside lane. You see Dustin Benton all over his back bumper as he was our race leader before the contact and being a part of that caution flag. Now he's got the 29 of Lane Phillips right there in his back bumper. Stacks the inside lane up, and luckily enough, everyone able to point it back in the right direction here is the 76 of Brandon Van Houten. Now back up into 7th here, so rebounding nicely after being collected in our first caution flag early in this feature event. Tyler Brickford right there behind Hargraves, who was just collected in that wreck. Same with the 57 of Jeremy Akins, both back inside the top 10 here on the speedway, but it's all Dale Farnes at the front of the field, continuing to stretch his lead. Almost 9/10 of a second between himself and Bryce Dickinson. Almost a full second down into corner number 1 on the speedway. Dale Farnes looking to stretch that lead as Bryce Dickinson trying to reel him in and trying to also create a little bit of a distance here between himself and Jim Revis and the 21 of Eddie Farnes as Eddie and Jim battle door to door. Still here for position number 3 on the speedway. Dustin Benton back there in 5th. Really nowhere for him to go as both lanes are kind of taken away from him. He's going to send it in down through the middle here in corner 3 and 4, looking for a big run. Try to reel both these drivers back in, hoping to find a gap here where he can try to work himself around both these contenders and see if he can try to work himself back to the front of the field. Lane Phillips there in 6 after falling back early in this race, now up inside the top 5 as the caution flag will fly here once again. Caution flag going to come back out for the 3rd time here this evening as it looks like the DWR iRacing iFlag Martin Sports number 20 at Chap Puderbo going to run into some issues. This was just outside our top 10 here on the speedways. Sends it into corner number 1. Just looks like that car gets very, very loose. No contact between him and the 1 rider, Courtney Stevens. Unfortunately, that car just loses the handle of it, goes around. He's going to loop it again, trying to get that car pointed back in the right direction. And unfortunately there for Mr. Puderbo, just getting in through that slick stuff, it is very, very tough. It's like driving on ice, and you can see as he sends it in, and then the rear end just steps out and keeps on going. Can crank that wheel as hard as possible to the right. Unfortunately, when it gets to that stage, it just continues to keep on sliding there through the corner, and it's tough to get that rear end to find traction and get pointed back in the right direction without losing the handling of it, as he'll get that Dirt Warrior Racing number 20 ride pointed back in the right direction, back at the rear of the field, and we'll get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys are enjoying tonight's racing action, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, as we're going to get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here at Lanier. A good restart for Farnes, as Farnes with a good jump right there in that number 27 ride, but right there on his back bumper, Bryce Dickinson looking to try to mount a challenge here for our race lead. Late in this race, only 2 laps left to go. This time by the start finish line, we do see that white flag fly. So for the final time around here on the evening, Dale Farnes down low on the corner of 2. Down the back straightaway for the final time into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. Dale Farnes is gonna find victory lane here on the Friday Night Lights, the Dirt Clash Super Street Series race at Lanier National Speedway. Dale Farnes gonna find victory lane here at Lanier. Bryce Dickinson gonna find the podium in position number 2, and Jim Revis, the grumpy old man, not going to be very grumpy about how things went today, as the Papa Mike Promotions DWR iRacing iFlag 57 ride will come home in position number 3. A little contact between the 84 and the 21 after that race was finished, as I'm sure Andy not very happy. He did have the 84 come up the racetrack, kind of pinch him off, but really no fault of the 84 rider. He was blinking there to the outside, so we couldn't quite tell whether he was clear or not clear, and by the time he blinked back onto the racetrack, the 84 ride was already, a foot or a couple inches inside that front bumper of the 21. If there was no blinking, he would have known he was there and couldn't have cleared him. But unfortunate break for the number 21, a good break for the 84, Bryce Dickinson, as that gave him that second position and allowed him to try to go after our race winner, our eventual race winner, Dale Farnes. As Dale able to pick up the win, he parks that ride up here in victory lane. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's see some congratulations up in the comment section right now for our top 3 finishers: Dale Farnes, Bryce Dickinson, and Jim Revis, 1, 2, and 3 here at Lanier, as we'll get ready to pull all 3 of them up into the broadcast booth for some post-race interviews. Post-race interviews gonna come right up here, as Charles Barnes says, good job, Bryce Dickinson. We will take a second. A very, very solid run right there for Mr. Dickinson. That was a great run. Great run, Brycey Bear says Mama Bear, as Papa Mike says good run, Bryce Dickinson. Ty says, oh frick, I missed it. Hi, brother, where in the world were you, brother? Where were you? You missed the action. The 84 ride, your brother, Bryce Dickinson, Brycey Bear, coming home with a solid second place run, and you missed it. Listen, you go to YouTube right now, you can play it back live, you can rewatch those closing laps and see how Bryce Dickinson put himself into victory lane. That's one of the positives about YouTube, and make sure you guys jump over to the YouTube link. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button over there on YouTube, as well as we continue to try to grow every one of our channels. Obviously, Facebook is our home. That's where we started. That's where we're going to continue to stay, but YouTube is a place that we've been working on for the last little while, really starting to try to push and build that YouTube community up more and more and more. And the closer and closer we get to that 1K marker, man, is the amazing videos we're going to be posting over there, as we'll get ready to send them loose. We'll get ready to bring them up into the broadcast booth. Words are tough, chat. Words are tough. It's Charles Barnes. Charles coming in with the heart reaction. Ross Harold coming in with the like as well. Richard Mott with the like and share on the broadcast. As Ryan Howard, Frank Ranger, my boy Frank, coming in showing the love with the reaction as well. Philip Sexton, John Schmidt, Schmitty, Grandpa Schmidt coming in showing the love as well. How are you, Grandpa Schmidt? Grandpa Schmidt, I saw him in here. He was picking away at what Bryce was doing out there. Tell him to run a little bit lower, but he was doing a good job. As he says, doing good, Bryce, drive smart. Absolutely, he was able to drive smart. He was able to do a pretty dang good job out there on a speedway, coming home with a very solid second place run, as we'll get ready to pull our race winner up into the broadcast booth right now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for Dale Farnes. Hey Dale, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Take a copy.
I got a copy.
Dale, man, a great run, a great drive here for you in this one. You're able to find victory lane. Luckily enough, a little bit of contact up there in front of you. The C's kind of part. You jump up to the high side. You make a little bit of contact with the 34 ride of Dustin Benton, as he was our race leader. Went around right there. You were able to, mostly avoid contact with him. Did a little bit of that damage, maybe slow you down later in this race. Was it a bit of a factor? As I know it was definitely a factor in you picking up the win, as that puts you out in front of the field, and you're able to hang on to it here late in this race to put yourself up into victory lane.
Yeah, no, there's so many things that has to go right for you to win a race, and especially when it's this, field of drivers that is so clean and consistent every week. We get, Dustin, who gets caught up with a lap car, and I got some front clip damage. That was it from it, so that I got lucky with that. It didn't really affect how it drove the rest of it, and then finding the top side off 3-4 helped late, and then being able to diamond that 1 and 2 like I could, it was fast.
Absolutely, a very, very fast car, a very fast racetrack. We saw some great racing out there. Looked like 2 lanes working very well here on the evening. Up on that middle groove and down low, and maybe even a little bit of a third line there, as that right through the slick stuff seemed to work as well if you could hold your car perfectly there through it. But we saw a few drivers late in this race have issues spinning out on that slick stuff. Is this like driving on ice out there? And unfortunately, we saw that late race caution flag due to that issue, where Chad Puderbo went around, gave you a 2-lap shootout here to try to pick up this win. We're getting a little nervous there, knowing that you had Bryce Dickinson, Jim Revis, your cousin, I do believe, Eddie Farnesser, your brother, there right behind you, ready to pass, ready to try to take this win away from you.
Yeah, this top side, I don't know how we had 2 lanes like we did pretty much all night, but I'm racing Bryce like I did for the first 15 laps of the race. Being able to edge him out on the top and then him get back on the bottom, that was pretty cool. And I really didn't appreciate the 2-lap shootout. I had almost a second and a half or second lead. I was really looking forward to just kind of running away with it for the last 10, and then it happened, and I knew I was gonna get race cleaned or maybe a little bump, but I wasn't gonna get wrecked. So I knew I could, if I could just hold my line, I'd be fine.
Absolutely. All you had to do was hold the pretty wheel there in that 2-lap shootout to bring it home, as you were looking to bring it home no matter what there. Obviously, you were looking to set it on cruise control and, take a nice easy couple laps there to the checkered flag. Unfortunately, had to put a little bit more pressure there onto your back bumper, but you never faltered. You never got pointed in the wrong direction as you hit your marks perfectly, and you parked that 27 right up here in the Lanier National Speedway victory lane. Dale, who would you like to thank for such a great running, great drive here on the evening?
Eddie, he's the whole reason I have the simulator. And then my mom and dad, of course, they've bought me so much stuff over the years of iRacing and stuff. So my family, my grandma too, my sister, my whole family. DOA Pro Wrestling, McCord Trucking, Prime Groom Pet Grooming, GR Smith Construction. It's just, there's so many family and friends that watch this and help out and stuff. Thanks to all them, and thanks to you guys putting on the league and broadcast tonight. This is fun.
Absolutely, brother. A lot of fun out there. Not as much fun as it is watching you guys out there on the Speedway, man. You guys continue to give us great shows week after week after week, and we look forward to seeing you back in action next Friday night, Dale, and hopefully we'll see you right back up here in Victory Lane. As congratulations again for the win here on the evening, being able to find the top spot here in Victory Lane at Lanier National Speedway in the Dirt Clash Super Street Series Friday Night Lights. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our race winner, Dale Farnes. Is Dale able to pick up the checkered flag and put himself into victory lane? A heck of a run and a heck of a drive there for that number 27 machine, as we'll get ready to pull in our second place finisher here on the evening. First, we got a few shout outs here, as Rubes 47 coming in showing the love. How are you, Rubes? Rubes coming in showing the love. Play for Cheats coming in as well with that that like on the stream. Ty Dickinson, Sweet Tea Gang himself coming in, showing the love with the heart reaction. How are you, Sweet Tea? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful evening. Brittany says 27, amazing job. Mama Bear says congratulations to the top 3. Brittany also says good run, Dale. Good job, Eddie. Did well as well. Yeah, Eddie did a great job out there as well, man. A 4th place finish at first for a little while there when we saw Bryce and Eddie battling door to door for position number 2. I thought he was going to get the upper hand on him. If he was able to clear that 84 ride, we may have saw a 1-2 finish here for the Farnesses here this evening, but unfortunately, Bryce was able to just edge in front of him, get that spot, and stay in position number 2. As Fred says, great race, guys. See you next week. Fred, my boy, we like to see you here every single night of the week, brother. Not just once a week or twice a week. We want to see you here every single night, my boy. Coming in, showing the love, tuning in and watching some great racing action as we'll get ready to pull our 2nd place finisher up into the booth. It is the 84 of Bryce Dickinson. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here for Mr. Dickinson as we pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey, Bryce, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Did you get a copy?
I sure do. What's up, buddy?
Not much, Bryce, brother. What a run and what a drive, man. Take us back through this one as we saw some pretty crazy racing, man. Pretty solid door-to-door action for the most part out of you here on the evening as we saw you battling early on between you and Dale Farnes and what could have been potentially the winning position as he was able to work himself through that carnage in 1 and 2. He was able to just be scored in front of you to take that top spot, and as he tried to hunt him down, try to take that win away from him, he had Eddie Farnes to deal with for quite a while. You and Eddie battled door to door there for quite a few laps, allowing Dale to open up quite a bit of lead there before that final 2-lap shootout.
Yeah, I really don't know how I got through that carnage in 1 and 2. I just kind of closed my eyes and prayed for the best. Seen an opening and I took it. Should I have? No, but door was open, so the racer in me wanted it. Racing side by side with Dale was a blast, especially on short tracks. It's what's expected, swap a little paint, beat and bang a little bit. I know Eddie and I were racing pretty good there. He blinked out a little bit coming out of 4, and it kind of put him in the wall. I mean, I'll take blame for it, but your internet, you blinked out, said I was clear, so I took it. But other than that, it was fun. It was a blast. I feel like we earned this one.
Absolutely, definitely earned a very solid run here. A great performance all evening out of that 84 ride. And you talked about that contact between you and Eddie, and yeah, we saw the exact same thing here in the broadcast as well, as he just kind of blinked a little bit down through 4, and as it did, you couldn't really tell whether you were clear or not clear of him. If he wasn't blinking, you would have tried to move up like you did, and you would have made that contact before putting him into the wall, in which case he would have turned down the racetrack and still battled door to door. Unfortunately, he blinked. It kind of just allowed you to travel up that few extra inches up the racetrack that you normally wouldn't have, and once he kind of reappeared, it just stopped him right into the fence there, but not super hard. He was able to keep on rolling. Unfortunately, opened up the door for Jim Revis to get around him there, and we saw the displeasure, obviously something that he didn't get a look at on the racetrack or didn't really know that he was blinking there, and we saw the little contact there after the race. I'm sure Eddie not happy with the move, but I'm sure after taking a look back at it, he may change his mind there on the contact.
I mean, it is what it is. We could be elbows up for the rest of the season. I don't mind a little bit of door beating, but, I was told I was clear. If he even didn't blink out, the lane still would have been open for him, but I was told I was clear, so I slid up and I took the spot. So.
Absolutely. Can't fault you on that one right there, especially after being able to make that move and clear yourself. You were able to give yourself a bit of a gap between the battle that he had to ensue with him and Jim Revis, and Dustin Benton there back behind you allowed you to kind of open up a little bit of a gap there, between yourself and that battle for third, and where you could kind of focus a little bit more on trying to reel in that 27 right at Dale Farnes. Unfortunately, just looked like you couldn't quite close that gap, and then you were in that 2-lap shootout, just couldn't quite get the run you needed to try to take this win away from them, but you gotta be happy with a solid second place run and a solid performance here all evening long.
Oh yeah. I'll never complain about a podium. So I really don't get them too often anymore. I feel like I'm rusted out. You know, I got that old monkey on my back. Hopefully we're one spot better here soon.
Absolutely, brother. We can't wait to see you back up here in victory lane. But you got settled in for a solid second place run here this evening in another Friday Night Lights broadcast. Bryce, who would you like to thank for such a great run, a strong performance here on the evening?
First of all, I gotta thank the new team over here at Peacemaker Racing. We're getting the ball rolling on some things. Uh, H&L, Jamie Massey, have always been helping me out. He'll never leave my side. Um, Glad to call him a brother. E&D Farms, Sweet Tea Gang, Papa Mike's Promotions, Mama Bear, and I cannot forget 618 Engraving.
Beauty, yeah, definitely shout out there to Matt Taylor and the engraving company that he's taken on and creating some very, very amazing products. And if you guys haven't checked them out on Facebook, make sure you guys definitely check them out. As Bryce, man, what a run, what a drive here this evening, brother. Coming home here with a solid second place run. We can't wait to see you back out there on the racetrack, whether it's back in these street stocks or any of the other series that we put on that we see you in. Hopefully, we'll see you up here in the broadcast booth more and more, and hopefully one of these nights back up and in victory lane.
Always the plan, brother. Thank you.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for Bryce Dickinson, our second place finisher here on the evening. Tide coming in, dropping that 618 engraving and designs link there in the chat. I appreciate that, Ty, coming in with the link there, helping us out here in this one. Guys, make sure to go check him out, Matt Taylor, over at 618 engraving and designs, as we'll get ready to pull in our third place finishers. Jim Grumpy Revis coming home in position number 3. We're going to pull him in to the broadcast booth right now for his post-race interview. Hey Jim, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Did you get a copy?
Yeah. Who are you? Are you that Canadian broadcaster I used to talk to a lot?
Yes, Sirski. That is the same guy. Still here, Jim. Still here.
All right, yeah, it's been a long time since I've talked to you up in here.
Absolutely, brother. It's been a little while, but you finally find your way back up here onto a podium, and a pretty good run, a pretty solid performance all evening long here for yourself, even after a little bit of damage there going through some of that carnage down through 1 and 2. You're able to keep that car pointed in the right direction and making some moves there late in the race, able to get around Eddie Farnes for that third spot and being able to hold off both the 21 and the 34 ride late in this race, but just White didn't have enough on that 2-lap shootout to try to figure out a way around Bryce Dickinson or that 27 of Dale Farnes.
Yeah, Dustin kind of put it the best in the race there. When it was over, he said, better be lucky than good sometimes. And going through that carnage in 1 and 2, I was lucky because I hit 1 or 2 cars getting through there, made it through, and next thing I knew I was up to third. And then as the race went on, close racing with me and Eddie and Dustin back there, and I wanted to search, but with 10 laps to go, I knew if I came out off that bottom and couldn't find nothing, I was probably gonna go back to 5th or 6th. So I just kept hugging the bottom and was hoping Dale or Bryce would mess up enough that I could get by them. But hey, like I said, I'll take a third. It's been a while since I've been on podium, so I'm happy with it, man.
Absolutely. Still a very good run, a very good finish here, and being able to park yourself up here on the front straightaway after some tough races here throughout this season and the Monday Night All-Stars as well, and not having the luck we normally see you have. And tonight, no reason to be grumpy in this one, James. You're able to park yourself up here in position number 3, brother.
Yeah. Luck's definitely not been with us. Oh, probably 6, 7 months. Always seem to get involved in somebody else's stuff or uh, just over aggressive driving or something like that. But dude, tonight was kind of like old times. I had fun racing with Bryce and Eddie and Dustin and all them, and it was just a fun night. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. That's what we love to hear, brother, is that you guys are out there having some fun on the speedway and enjoying your Friday nights here with the Dirt Clash Super Street Series, but man, a great run, a solid performance for you, Jim, and maybe able to get a little bit momentum building, maybe a turn of tides here, and getting some of that bad luck into the rearview mirror. Nothing but good luck coming for you here in the future.
I hope so, man. I got the salt lamp burning, I got incense burning, you name it, anything for luck trying to help
Smudging the
out.
house.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have. Like I said, anything to try to get some luck come on our side, and hopefully, like you said, it got the monkey off my back, and now we can get back to the old ways we were.
Absolutely, brother. Well, we can't wait to see you back out there in action. But, man, a good run, a solid performance here for you in this one. As you come home in third, Jim, who would you like to thank for a great run and great drive here this evening?
First and foremost, man, all my crew over at DWR, uh, older group of guys, and we still enjoy having fun doing it. Big shout out to Jeff over at iRacing iFlag, Lon with J&D Landscape Supply, Junk Fabrication, Mitch. Haven't seen him around in a while, but hopefully he gets back here. Uh, BCR Sim Products, Schuler Chassis, and if you actually notice tonight, I ran an old paint scheme, and if you look on the side of it, it says Papa Mike on there. So maybe that's the look I needed back. I don't know. Maybe I needed Papa Mike back on the car. I don't know. So, and then, huge shout out to you, man, for doing all these broadcasts and everything. Hands down, best in the business, buddy.
I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, we definitely noticed the Papa Mike logo on there, man. It was a good throwback paint scheme, and we love to see more and more Papa Mike rides out there on the Speedway. As so many different drivers, different teams, everything else, and maybe that's just the lucky charm you need. A little bit of Papa Mike there in your corner to put you across that line, get that monkey off your back, and put yourself up into this solid podium run. Jim, congrats on the great drive, and we look forward to seeing you back in action Monday night, and hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth, maybe a couple spots better, and back up into victory lane yourself.
I hope so, man. But Monday night races, dude, if you can finish in the top 5, yeah, I consider that a win. So my goal right now is to finish in the top 10 there uh, per race, and if I can do that, I consider that a win with the way my luck's been going. So, like I said, I've been going back old throwback paint schemes and trying to find the one that's the lucky one, and maybe this one's it. So I don't know. You'll probably see this one again Monday night just to see what happens.
Absolutely, you never know what may happen, and maybe maybe that is the lucky charm. But Jim, congrats on the great run, and we look forward to seeing you back out there Monday.
All righty, thank you, sir.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too, man.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for Jim Revis as he comes home in position number 3. A great run and a great drive there for that 57 ride. As he comes home in third, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, unfortunately, that is going to do it here for us in these post-race interviews. And unfortunately, the racing action coming to a close here on the evening is my boy, Jeremy Vaughn Racing. Jeremy coming in with the hearts up in the chat, coming in with the like on the stream as well. How are you, Jeremy? How are you, brother? Coming in, showing the love here in this one. Courtney Stevens coming in with that like on the broadcast as well. I appreciate you coming in, smashing that thumbs up here on the broadcast as unfortunately racing action coming to a close at the end of the evening. But man, what a great run, what a great race, man. This was a very quick one. These guys steamrolled through pretty much everything right there, man. The heat races went very smoothly. The consolation race went very fast and very good as well. And then that feature event, only seeing three caution flags throughout the 50-lap feature event, man, was a lot of fun. It was great to see these guys put on some great racing for us to enjoy this evening and doing a fantastic job out there on the speedway from the front of the field to the back of the pack, man. Was a lot of good action here on the evening. As Jeremy says, it's iRacing break time. iRacing break time. Brother, it is a little bit of break time here for the iRacing, and hopefully not for yourself. Hopefully we see you in here, running some more leagues, running some more races, brother. We want to see you out there on the racetrack, Mr. Vaughn. We want to see you winning in races, whether it's in real life or here on the simulator, my dude. Is unfortunately though, chat, that is going to do it for us here in this one. I can't thank you guys enough. Everyone that came in with the likes, the comments, the shares, any of the new followers, any of the new subscribers, thank you and welcome to the Peacemaker family. As unfortunately, that is going to do it for us here in this one. I will see you guys all back here possibly either later on tonight, maybe tomorrow afternoon, maybe jump into a little bit of Black Ops 6 gameplay, potentially, maybe a little BO6, a little Black Ops action. Who knows? Who knows what we'll really get into here throughout the afternoon, rest of the afternoon, and or tomorrow evening as well. But I can't thank you guys enough for tuning in, man, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! What a run. What a race. What a show.